We usually don't get Pokemon based on the same thing in the same generation, so when we got Greavard after we already had Fidough, it got me thinking that there's something here for us to look into. Especially because they haven't revealed a lot of Pokemon, so why waste a reveal slot on another dog? So hey, I'm not so Ace Trainer, and Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet have awakened the astronomer in me. Let's get into it. By now, if you've been following the channel, you know all about how constellations and stars have been the focus of pretty much everything we've got in Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. And if you haven't been following the channel, why not start now? I talk about Pokemon. But yeah, basically team star bases and types, the Titan route, and most likely the Titans themselves, and some of the Pokemon we had revealed can be connected to constellations. So when I saw Greavard and Fidough, I knew that the place I had to look at was exactly that, the stars and the constellations. A quick search will tell you that we have 3 dog constellations. We have Canis Major, Canis Minor, and Canis Venatici. And with what we've seen so far about constellations and what's in the game, I think it's fair to assume that there is a 3rd dog-like Pokemon waiting for us in Paldea. Unfortunately, when I dove into the lore of these constellations, I couldn't really find a connection to the typing they could have or the story they could have. Looking at Western astronomy, since it seems to be where they're focused, there are various myths surrounding Canis Major and Canis Minor, with some of them saying both of them are Orient's hunting dogs, especially during Roman times, and others telling the story of Canis Major representing Lilaps, a gift from Zeus to Europa, and eventually passed down to the Athenian princess Procris. Her husband, Cephalus, would then use Lilaps, the dog that always catches its prey, to hunt the tumescent fox, a fox that could never be caught. Basically, a paradox. Zeus saw that these would go on forever and turned both into stone and cast them into the skies as Canis Major, Lilaps, and Canis Minor, the tumescent fox. Canis Venatici's story is basically more about how it didn't exist for ages due to translation errors throughout the times, but eventually was identified as its own constellation. It means the hunting dogs though, so the relation is there since, well, it talks about dogs and we are on our own treasure hunt, like Clavel said multiple times. Interesting, no doubt about it, but it doesn't really help us understand anything about it. And also the typing, it's a bit of a question mark, isn't it? Having 3 Pokemon always shines light on the idea of a type trio, though it is not possible to do one here, considering Fairy and Ghost don't hit each other for weakness or resistance. We can always assume that Ghost and Fairy are somewhat spiritual types though, which could point us in the direction of both Psychic and Dark. Psychic would be the neutral one, keeping the same level of balance between dogs. Dark, on the other hand, would ruin that balance by being super effective against Ghost but weak against Fairy. Still, there is a chance that while we have a trio of dogs, only 2 of them are related, since the stories of Canis Major and Canis Minor have nothing to do with the story of Canis Venatici. If I had to guess though, I'd say that Fidough would be the odd one out. It doesn't seem like the hunting type or anything quite like it. I mean, look at it, sleeping on the counter. Greavard, on the other hand, it hides underground, drains your life force. That's more hunter-like. That and the whole ghost type feels a bit more menacing. Anyway, that is my reasoning on why I believe there will be a 3rd dog in Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. But what about you? Do you think we'll have a 3rd dog? And if you do, what type will it have? Let me know in the comments down below. And now, like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content, and also ring the bell so you know when the next video is out. You can follow me on social media and Twitch, just in there Wednesday to Sunday, not Saturday, or join our Discord. All the links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.